Hey guys, welcome back to another hot episode of Real Queens Talk. It's your girl Kels. What's up?
Hey y'all, it's your girl Bree.
Hey, so today we're real special episode today. We're in the studio.
Yes.
Right, for the first time. So we had to bring it to y'all real straight today.
Sure did. Shout out to our producer, Quay. We in the building. Sound Flow Elevation Network. You know what it is.
Yep. So today we talking about motherhood, but
unfiltered.
On the real shit. Okay, what it's really like.
Right.
Not what they tell you to expect, but what it's really like.
And on that note, we got a drink for this one because all my mothers
Cheers.
out there,
yes,
we already know, it can be a struggle sometimes. So we are here. We're just going to talk about the realness, we're going to give it to y'all straight.
Right. So let's start off. So we were talking about it on the way here. So what's one of the myths that people tell you about motherhood?
Oh, tons of them. Like,
there's too many.
People don't lie
you know where to start.
Me. Like,
yes, including our mothers. Family, friends, close friends, all of the above.
Yo.
I'd say for me, everybody's like, oh, boys are easy. They're so easy. Hell no. My son is nuts, okay? Anybody?
I have bared witness to this. She's not lying.
It's true, yeah. Like, for example, when we're trying to do this show, we always set the time, okay, 7:30, 8 o'clock, we're going to be ready to go. 9:30 come, he's still up. 11:30 come, he's still up.
He done had a bath, shower, baby formula,
3 oatmeal bottles. He had pizza, chicken nuggets. He had all of the above and still up playing, like wide awake, laughing at nothing.
Yep.
Doing flips off the bed, jumping, all kind of shit. Craziness. Crazy.
Yes. He's up playing. And then we end up recording at midnight. Because,
1 o'clock.
Shout out to my nephew. Shout out to my nephew because you be having us tired. I be tired just looking at him. Just looking at him. I be exhausted.
Yeah, he be bugging. Too funny. Too funny.
Yes. But so what was the myth? Kelly.
That boys are easy.
Oh, that boys are easier.
No, that ain't true. It's not true. Y'all lied.
I think for me, one of the myths that I always kind of heard was that it gets easier. So, like, just a little backstory. Like, I was a young mother, and my daughter is 12. As opposed to Kels, she dealing with a newborn, an infant. Yeah. He's just about to be 1. But I will say people used to always be like, oh, it gets easier as they get older. It gets easier, like growing from that infant stage to that toddler stage, to their younger preteen, adolescent years. And that is a complete lie. That is fabrication, fake news, false.
Fake news.
I'm waiting for it to get easier, okay? Because I'm dealing with a preteen 12-year-old right now.
Yes.
And my emotions and her emotions and both of us, just up and down with the hormones. It's just not, it's not getting easier.
And then y'all got the nerve to have 2 female animals on top of that.
Because we got a dog and a cat, both females. Oh God, pray for my husband because he be like, I need some like testosterone in my life. Like I need some masculine energy somewhere in this house because it's just him surrounded by nothing but women. So pray for him. Keep him in prayer.
That's too funny. But even though, like you said, my son is going to be 1 at the end of this month, actually. And we're planning his party and everything. It's fun. But one of my friends, she does event planning and everything. And she's talking about, all this elaborate stuff. I'm like, whoa, stop there. What did I say?
He don't deserve it.
I said, he does not earn this all-out birthday party, okay? He's having some Amazon, $100 total, everything, okay? $30 cake from ShopRite. That's what he's earned so far,
How
okay?
do you think I feel when my daughter was talking about, can I get a pair of Yeezys? Like, can I get some Yeezy slides? Can I
ugly.
Get, like... But I mean, this is what the stuff that she wants. I want this Nike Tech. I want this. I want these Jordans. I want those 13s. I want the.
But how many jobs you got to buy all this stuff?
And what happened when you were just giving me some attitude the other day? You forgot all about that when you was asking for all of this stuff. She already came with her Christmas list. Yo, day after Halloween, she was like, "Mom, my Christmas list is done." I'm like, "What?"
She crazy. Yeah, I
I'm
gotta,
like, yeah, we're gonna have to shorten that.
that list was texted to me as well. I'm like, okay, pick the 2 things that you want the most for your mom to get you, and I'll get the other one. I'll get the other one, the least expensive one.
The least expensive thing. Nah, you auntie, you gotta get the biggest gift. I'm sorry. But yeah, all that is just to say that motherhood is definitely a journey. It's, oh my gosh, it's a roller coaster. It's ups and downs. And while it is so fulfilling and, it brings you so much joy, because I will say I always have felt like my daughter's name is tatted on me, like right next to my heart, because I've always felt like she helped save me. I was in a not a great place, at the time that I was, before I had my daughter, I was not in a great place, and I always felt like she was sent to me, as a blessing, as a gift to help put me on the path that I was meant to be. She makes me want to be stronger. She makes me want to be a better woman, a better mother, and really chase my dreams and follow my dreams. That's why we're here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to show her that she can do anything. So I definitely think that motherhood helps, take you to a different level mentally and in your life sometimes.
Right. Now, I second that for sure. Even though I'm gotten used to about 4 hours average of sleep per night. That's why I can't talk now. My words all jumbled up. But it's, everybody keeps saying it's worth it. It's true. Even my sister was saying he softened me up. He definitely did.
Oh, he did. He definitely did.
He softened me up. It's my little baby. But he be bugging. Baby be bugging.
Kids do that to us, though, because, like they kind of calm you down. They put you, when you're in mommy mode, it's just a whole different vibe,
right.
that joy that you feel from becoming a mother. It really just reframes your entire mindset. And, I think it's a blessing. It's a gift and a curse. Let's say that.
Yeah. Yes.
Not a curse. I'm joking. It's a blessing, but it comes with so many challenges. And I'm like learning how to be a mom all over again, because this stage that my child is in, these preteen years, I didn't know.
I've had to save her life a couple times. I'm like, Josiah, run. Run before it's too late.
And they say that it's payback, from what you put your parents through. My mom always said that. She was like, "Oh, y'all putting me through all this. Like, you I can't wait till y'all have kids so you can get it back." Like, and she
karma
was not
is
lying.
Too real. My son he'll be 1 in 3 weeks, and he's already a terrible 2 stage.
Oh yeah.
So you didn't need the extra in there.
Yeah,
but.
It's not. I mean, whatever. It's the truth. We know he bad. It's like, nah.
And yes, it is definitely 100% my karma. Like we talked about last episode, my parents had 4 teenagers at one time. Hey, because our brothers was always in some shit. Me and her, we got away with a lot. So
we did, but it was we did, but it was still pretty traumatizing for my parents. I know. I'm sorry, Mom and Dad.
Her mom can't go past the high school. She can't drive past the high school no more.
Yeah, but we grew from that, and it's all. I feel like all children at some stage in life, especially adolescents, they kind of be rebellious because they want to find themselves. They're trying to figure out who they are, and they don't necessarily want to follow rules. So, they want to do what they want to do. I think that's totally natural and totally normal.
Right.
For adolescents. So we were definitely not that pleasant when we were in that stage.
Speak for yourself.
But I will say, as difficult as it is, like my daughter is an honor student. Yeah. I've always kept her involved in sports and extracurricular activities. Like
Girl Scouts, a boxer. All of the above.
Yeah, she's a dancer.
Don't fuck with her. Don't come from my knees. You're going to get them hands.
She's
you don't want
way better than I was, even though sometimes I still be wanting to, just swing her around just a little bit by her hair. Just a little bit. She is a joy, and I couldn't have asked for a better child.
Oh, that's cute. You're definitely right, because when she was born, we was in these streets.
Yeah.
We was definitely, it was party central every weekend, all the time. Party, drinking, party, drink, weekend.
Yep.
You know, and...
She calmed both of us down.
Yes, absolutely. And then now the boy came, and it's like a whole new, you know, it's a whole new level. Even though we're feel like we're more calm because we're so tired.
Right.
It's a combination of newfound calmness, joy, love, all of the above, but a lot of exhaustion, you know, and that's really... the reality of what it is for especially my life right now, as I manage a very busy dental office and newly married, new baby, trying to work and side hustles and all of the above. And I'm on average about 4 hours of sleep. Right. You know? So, but even though he keeps me up all hours of the night, going crazy, doing all kind of stuff, getting into everything, I had to re-baby proof. He broke through everything.
He took everything off. He took all of the baby proofing little locks and stuff on the cabinets and stuff.
I don't even know where half of them are anymore. I don't know where half of them are, okay? I had to get 2 new kits from Amazon to see which one is stronger. I'm like mixing and matching 2 different kits right now and experimenting so he don't just, you know, just do what he wants, which we have to get a new TV stand last week.
He'll get better. That's the lie that everybody told me. It'll get better.
Yeah.
So I'm pass that
thanks
on
for lying
you.
to
It'll
me.
get better.
Thanks for lying, sis. Thanks.
So, like, on some real, like, what do you think is the hardest part of motherhood for you?
For me, it's just really been learning how to, you know, he's a little too young for spankings. Reminding myself that, for one. 2 is learning how to be a fully functioning adult in regular life and regular world with super limited sleep. You know, who knows what happened the night before.
Like, it's so different for you because you had him at, what, 32? 30, at 32 years old. So, like, you got used to, for, you know, your whole adult life of it just being you. And then it was just you and Matt, you and your husband. So, it's like... It's been definitely a culture shock. Yes, it's definitely been a super culture shock. Beyond adjustments. And then with his work schedule, it's usually me and him at night. And then when my husband gets home at 7 o'clock in the morning, the baby is up. Never mind, he just went to sleep at 1. Between 12 and 1 o'clock. He's up waiting. For me, it was the opposite, though, because it was like, soon as I became an adult, I had to become a mother. Right. So, you know, although I will say I felt like I got everything out of my system. By the time I had my daughter, like, I already did everything. So, you know, I wasn't missing nothing. That was one thing I never felt as a young mom, that I missed out on my 20s. I never, like, because I had her at 19. So, like, I never felt those feelings because, honestly, I had already done everything. Been there, done that. We was at teen night every weekend before then. So we was at some nights that wasn't teen nights when we was teens. Yes. But y'all didn't hear that. Y'all didn't hear that from us. Cut that part out. Y'all didn't hear that from us. But for me, like, the hardest part really is now. Is this 12-year-old preteen stage. Everything else for me, it wasn't a walk in the park, but it was definitely easier than this because you're dealing with other teenage girls that are her friends that are being catty, that's being petty, trying to mess with her. And, you know, you have bullying, everything that's going on in the world. You know, it's scary having a child in middle school right now. Like, it's terrifying. And, you know, everything else that comes along with this age, puberty, and all of these discussions and talks you gotta have. I'm just like, I'm not ready. I'm like, go back. Like, let's rewind to when she was 5 and asking us hard questions like, why isn't Mickey Mouse on? You know what I mean? Like, that kind of stuff. Like, and this girl, and she's asking, I mean, she's very intuitive for her age, and she's very mature. She has a very mature mentality. So she's asking questions like, what's the meaning of life? I'm like, huh? I'm trying to figure it out. You let me know when you know. Like, you 31. Find out and hit us up. We don't know. We're still figuring it out too. What's the purpose of life? I'm 31 and I don't know. I'm trying to. I'm on my way. I'm on that journey. We're gonna have to go on this together, cause you know, like for real. And like for me, like you said, I have a black son in America. That is terrifying. Yes, I can imagine. With a black husband, like.
beyond terrifying. Just those statements alone, I feel like says it all, you know? So we have to raise our children in a certain way with a certain demeanor, with a certain attitude, with a certain outlook on life. We have to teach them how not to get pulled over. And if you get pulled over, what to do, how to talk, how to speak, what to do. When people mess with you at school, you can't react the same way as other people who don't look like you react, because you react a certain way, the way that a police officer or someone at your school will react to you.
You're already stereotyped, so it just makes it even harder.
And even though he's not 1 yet, he's half my height. So he's going to be a tall kid. He's not going to look 12. He's going to look probably 15, 16. Y'all don't want to come for my son. So,
well, daddy gonna be his daddy. His daddy
falls on that one. You don't want to. Yeah, it touches a certain chord with when you first hold your baby. Of course, the first thing it's like an instant crazy love that you can't even, that's unimaginable.
And you always want to be protective of that baby. But and that's why it's even more difficult for me now, because my daughter will come to me and we have very open and candid conversations, because I want her, I want an open relationship with her. I want her to trust me and come to me with any and every situation. And I feel that we have that. And we have that bonding connection. So she'll come to me and she'll tell me things that's going on at school and stuff. And, and I'll give her advice, and, she'll try the advice. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. She'll be like, Ma, this situation is still happening. I'm like, all right, I'm going to have to pull up. She'd be like, no, please. It's going to make it worse.
And on her way, she calling me. I'm like, all right, what time? What time we got to be there?
I'd be like, so what do I do? It's like a rock and a hard place, because she don't want her parents coming to her rescue. She wants to figure it out on her own. And while I applaud her for that, and I feel that she's strong enough to handle that in certain situations, at the end of the day, that's still my baby. And I'm like, no, it's mommy and daddy's job to protect you. She'd be like, please don't call the school. Please don't do it. I'm like, yo.
It's like, if you don't, I will. So somebody got to call regardless of what's going on. Yeah. So certain things, as much as she wants to be independent, and I applaud you, the way the way she's been raised, and it's definitely a community, raising her. She has all of us.
She had a village.
Huge village.
Thank God.
Yes. And, it really counts for a lot, And I was talking to one of my coworkers a few days ago at work about she's telling me her daughter went out for trick-or-treating, whatever, with her friends and all this stuff, and the parent, apparently they're at this house, bunch of 12-year-olds at a house, and no parents are there.
What?
It's the way people raise their kids is what is very scary. No matter how hard we try as parents and as a village, there's still other people who don't see that same vision. They don't have those same morals. They don't think like that.
Right.
So we have to kind of think ahead for them.
Absolutely. Because while we got her watching, cultural movies, or, we got her reading the autobiography of Malcolm X, and we got her studying things that are going to elevate her mind. Unfortunately, every parent does not do that with their children. They sitting there letting them watch Real Housewives, of whatever. And they, they watching Love and Hip Hop New York, and then they're coming to school and they're sitting here imitating that learned behavior. So my daughter is like, where did they do that at? This is ghetto. She literally was like, this is ghetto. Why are they acting like this? And I'm like, you were not raised in that manner. My husband, he is a philosophical thinker. He is, what y'all be calling him?
He's a Gemini.
He's a Gemini, but no, y'all be calling him Farrakhan. Because he's very philosophical. He is a great mind. He is so super intelligent. So she has that aspect of him. She has those characteristics from him. But, it's up to us. And I'm not saying because of course all children are born with gifts, and all children, can reach new heights and reach their full potential. But it's up to us as parents to nurture that and help them develop those great qualities instead of giving them just a tablet and just giving them a phone or, you know, just letting hip hop raise your kids. Like, it's up to us to raise your kids. Exactly, to teach them right from wrong.
Absolutely. And like you said, our husband, it's funny, even we're sisters, we're too much alike. We're both Sagittarius, both our husbands are Geminis.
Yes.
So right, like I really don't get much more twin-like than that, I feel like. So,
Shout out to T and Tamara. That's our other sisters, you know. Like, they don't know, but somebody tagged them and let them know. They got 2 sisters over here that their mom forgot to tell them about.
Yeah, exactly. It's 4 sisters.
It's 4 sisters. It was really quadruplets. They don't know it, though.
But for real, like, because like you said, like, you know, because we're so close and like so similar. And like, you know, both our husbands are both Geminis and they think very similar. So, you know, it's certain things that like he'll have that intuition with certain things. You know, you think your mother intuition kicks in, but of course it's also different from that father intuition too. Yeah. You know, and sometimes we're very guilty.
I had to learn the hard way.
I was just about to say that. We're very guilty because we are both, as our human nature for us is very stubborn. We're very stubborn and we're very strong-willed and
very independent. I will say, like, daddy, like, our dad really raised us to
be strong men.
Yeah. Absolutely. I was around the house fixing stuff, like putting tables and shelves together. Like, I was sitting and watch my dad do that for
all
hours.
The above.
Yes. So we have a bit of that masculine energy. So sometimes I get what you're saying, Kels. Like, it's hard to tone that down and, like, you know,
listen to someone and be submissive
to our husbands and everything, which, you know, some women are now, you know, they're against that. But at the end of the day, for me, and I know for you, like, is biblical and all of that, like, you know, you submit to your husband. So, but that's a struggle. That's a whole nother topic for another day.
Yeah, that's different. That's enough. Figure out my train of thought now. We done, like, But so I have a question, right? So we're talking about too. So what advice would you give to moms in general? Like, what advice would you give to moms everywhere out there?
I would definitely say that you need to have time for yourself. I don't, you know, like so many women, we have to be superwoman, and that's great. That's awesome. You know, be that superwoman, but not to the point where you're going to be no good for your family and for your loved ones. Like, you have to take care of yourself. And always set some time, even if it's just an hour a day, you know, like a couple hours a week. Oh, and we talked about this on our self-care episode, so make sure y'all go check that out if you haven't already seen it.
Check it out.
But yeah, we definitely have to take time for ourselves so that you don't suffer from that burnout, you know, because stay-at-home moms, that's one thing where I commend stay-at-home moms, because in the summertime, like, I work from home. And in the summertime, I'm like, dang, she here all day. I'm like, this is not okay. She has to go back to school, you know? Like, so I commend stay-at-home moms, because some people will be like, that's not a job. Yes, it is. Being a mother is a full-time job.
In itself.
Absolutely.
Whether you have 1 kid or 4, even though it feels like I have 3 with just the 1, you know, it doesn't matter how many kids you have. It's a full-time, all day, every day, nonstop job.
Yep. It is.
I would say the advice I would give.
Oh, I wasn't done.
Oh, my bad. Hurry up. Hurry up.
So aside from really, you know, taking care of yourself, like, I would say, have your own self-identity. Like I said, we get caught up in just wearing the hat of mom or just having that title, but we're so many other things, you know, and whether you choose to work or you choose to stay home with your children, it doesn't matter. You still need to have your own identity, because one day them kids are going to grow up and they're going to leave your house, and then you're going to find yourself in a place where
you don't know what to do.
Exactly.
You have no idea what to do.
I don't know what to do now. You feel you might get depressed, feel like you have no purpose in life. You start to, you know, just have regrets, like, oh, I wish I would have done that. Oh, I wish I would have done this throughout my life. But the time really to do those things are now, Being a mom does not have to hold you back from accomplishing your goals, reaching your dreams. So have your own identity, in the midst of being a superwoman and a great mom.
That's great advice, Bree.
Thank you.
So for me, what I would say, honestly, all those people that tell you when you're pregnant, at the baby shower and everything, I'm going to be there for you. I got you. I'm going to help you. Let them sign contracts, okay? Because where the hell is everybody at now, okay? I need a babysitter, okay? But not for real. Like Brina
I didn't
said,
sign no contract. I ain't
like
no
Sabrina
contract.
said, though, having time and space for yourself is so crazy important. But it goes back to what I just said. Like, even though you might have a few friends, few family members, whoever it is, have a select few people who you trust and know who will take care of your baby the way you
Put
will.
them on a schedule.
That too. But like
rotate.
Right. But you can have them on a rotation. Give them advance notice a week ahead because everybody have their own lives. Your child is not their child. It's not their responsibility. It ain't grandma's responsibility. Nobody else's but yours.
Right.
It's great to have people help you out. Yes, absolutely. Because you need that time.
Right.
You need that space for yourself, for your man, your life, or whatever. Whether it's a girl's day, a girl's night, and hanging out, going for date night with your friend, with your husband, or man, or whoever it is. You still need to have.
We got date night coming up.
We sure
next
do.
Weekend.
We sure do. Wakanda forever.
Nana gotta take the kids. Gotta take the kids.
Right, but she knows already. It's in a week in advance. It's a week in advance. You gotta have at least, you gotta have a plan A, B, and C at all times. No matter what it's about, plan A, B, and C. If Nana can't do it, who else? Who's the next grandma in line? Who's the next bestie in line? You need to have that space and time for you to be yourself.
One thing that my mom always said when, like, to both of us, I think, but definitely when my daughter was young, she always used to say, nap when your kids nap. Please take a nap when your children are napping, especially as infants. And that used to be so hard for me until I got burnt out. And then I was like, oh my God, mommy was right. I should have listened, And then I started taking naps when she would nap. And that would be really the only time that I would get sleep, because we know that these infants, they're not sleeping through the night, so you get your couple of hours in between. But I find that I always found, at least for my child, like, she slept longer during the day than she would at night. So that would be the best time for me to get sleep. And in the middle of the night, I would be waking up and I would have to pump and all of this and that.
It's a lot.
That was a lot.
And the thing is, like, a lot of the advice you get as a new mom is easier said than done,
It is.
When everybody told us the same thing, nap when he naps. My husband would be asleep within seconds of the baby having to sleep, going to sleep, So
now you stuck.
Right, so now I'm stuck. I'm up, the baby sleep, husband sleep. And I'm like, okay, now the kitchen's a mess. He needs bottles. He's going to grandma's house this weekend. Got to pack his bag. I got 2 hours of work I'm behind on. You think of all the other stuff that you need to do. So it's hard to actually go to sleep when the baby sleeps because your mind is still going. True. You can't. It's hard for me personally to wind down. After a long day, after anything. And
everybody's
I can't just fall asleep like that.
True, and everybody's life is different. Like, everybody's commitments are different. Like, it was so different when I was raising Jazara as a baby, when I was raising my daughter compared to you now. Like, our lives are completely different. Like, I had a village because I was still at home with my parents. So, if I was too tired and Nana take her, Nana can't take her, Pop take her, Pop can't take her, TT gonna take her,
Right.
So it's like,
then Uncle Kev will take her. Everybody will take her.
Everybody like pitched in, and that's how I was able to, get through nursing school and, work at the same time while having a 2-year-old, 3-year-old at home. So thank God I had that foundation. But now for you, Kels, I be feeling for you. Because I'm like,
he could spend the night this weekend.
I had him.
He had the bag packed in the corner at all times.
I had that little boy when he didn't sleep through the night at all. Okay, and I had to work in the morning, and I'm like, dang. This boy had me up till 1 o'clock in the morning. I tried everything. I done walked him around. I done pushed him in the stroller.
Outside,
I done put music on. I done gave him 10 bottles. He's still up.
I know.
He got a lot of energy.
My little Energizer bunny with no batteries. He don't need batteries at all.
He just
battery
keep
pack
going
is
going.
already installed. He came with it installed already.
He did.
But the crazy part, like the first 6 months, the doctors were concerned he wasn't growing, at their rates and graph charts. He slept all day. We had to wake him up to eat for like 3 months, and now
I will say though, those
enough.
growth charts and stuff like that, it
puts so much pressure on people.
But
for
as
no
a
reason.
healthcare professional, they
stupid.
don't necessarily always include every
factor,
every race and every you're basing it off of one race, basically.
Exactly.
You're basing it off of a very small margin of people. So it's not a one size fits all, because they was telling me the same thing when I was pregnant. All throughout my pregnancy, my doctor kept saying, "Oh, she's too small," and "Oh, she's not growing fast enough," and "Oh,
right." Never mind, her mom is 5 foot, dad's 5'7".
Exactly. I was 100.
Genetics. Where's genetics?
I was maybe 100 and I think 108 pounds. So it's like. And our parents are small. Our grandparents are small. So it's like, this is genetics. There's nothing wrong with my baby. Then when and they actually induced me because of that. Talking about, well, it's not, she's not growing. Like, yes, she was. She's fine. She is healthy. Okay.
Very healthy.
Even when she was a baby, they would say the same thing. Oh, the growth charts, she's a little behind and da-da-da-da-da on the growth charts. Man, screw them growth charts, okay?
Right. We were at the doctors every week.
How is it a one size fits all for a human being?
It is not.
It's not.
Because like I said, it puts so much extra stress and pressure on new parents for no reason. My son was born at 6.5 pounds, and that's average weight for a boy. But when he left the hospital, he was just under. He was like 5 pounds, 10 ounces when he left.
Same as
that 10% body weight. I had a C-section. I was not producing enough milk. He wasn't getting enough milk. So they had to keep having me supplement for formula.
Ooh,
so
can
that
we talk
also,
about that?
that is going to be our next,
to breastfeeding.
That is the worst shit ever. Okay? Worst.
No, that's not what she means.
No, it was...
That's not what she means. It is the
what I said.
It is the most beneficial thing you can do for your child.
It is.
Okay.
It is.
As far as giving them,
Science,
building up their immune system. However,
the toll on the mother is horrible.
It's not for everyone. And I've always felt like, mothers are kind of judged. It's like this judgmental society of people like, oh, you didn't breastfeed? What's wrong with... Like, it's not for everyone.
It's
not.
And in every situation, like I said, I had a C-section and my son was born 3 weeks early. So my body still think I'm pregnant.
Right.
So I'm not producing a certain amount of milk. And also my son has his dad's appetite. So it wasn't enough for him regardless. So,
it's
it's not always the same. And then with the formula shortage, that was
crazy.
Yes, it was nuts. So stressful. There's been times I had to go to the store and you've been with me. We've been to 5, 6 stores in one day looking for a formula. Don't find it anywhere. And at the end of the day, it's like, my son needs a bottle in the next 10 minutes before he bites my head off. And at this point, I'm like, okay, what else? What's the next best thing? We went to 5 stores. No one has formula.
Right.
How crazy is that? You can't have an abortion, but you also can't feed your baby.
Right.
And if you don't produce enough milk, you can't, you're not producing milk. It's crazy. How are you supposed to feed and keep this baby alive that you can't, know? But anyway, that's a whole different.
Yeah. But I will
women's
say
rights.
that, like, as if you are a new mom, I would definitely say, like, seek out as many resources as you can to assist in that journey of breastfeeding, because I didn't do it long, like some people be breastfeeding until their kids got 10 teeth. Like, no judgment, but like, I wasn't doing that.
Judging.
Shut up. Wasn't doing that. But, like, damn, you made me forget my train of thought.
If the baby can ask for it and has a full set of teeth, I think it's time. You could pump You can pump now.
No,
you can pump now.
But what I will say is that if you can find resources to assist you in that journey and in that process, definitely seek those out. Like, and they there is a lot now. Even doulas can help you with.
Shout out to Jazz. Hey, babe, my doula. She was awesome. I didn't get to use you, but you was great.
Definitely seek, some help, because my journey was very difficult with breastfeeding. I did it for about 6 months, and oh my God. I mean, aside from being exhausted, like, people don't tell you the other things that come along with it, or the potential, obstacles. Like, I had a breast infection.
I was about to say that.
Yeah, I developed a breast infection at one point because my daughter wasn't emptying, the milk ducts enough. She wasn't emptying the breast. So it was like very difficult. Oh my God, it's the most painful thing in the world. They don't talk about cracked nipples and all that. And, it's...
Yes, they don't talk about all the fun stuff. Right? I did it for 3 weeks, and I went through about 4 $15 little jars of nipple butter that did nothing. Nothing.
The engorgement, like, that was so painful to, like, even take a shower. Like, engorgement is the
horrible.
Like,
I was, like I said, I had a C-section, and I think between the C-section and breastfeeding, it's probably a tie for the recovery. Yeah. Like, for me, it was the pain was a tie. So don't both of them at the same time. And then the boy has a nerve to still be up at 1:00. It's ridiculous.
But what I will say, though, is just... What I will say is do what is right for you. There is no right or wrong way. They didn't give us no manual, None. There ain't no instruction book to be a parent, to be a mother, to be a father. So, like, do what you feel is best for your child. Don't be influenced by other people's opinions and by society telling you, oh, you should be doing this and you need to be doing that. No, you come raise the child then. Come pay for them. Come be up with them in the middle of the night.
They change their address real quick.
Exactly. So, just don't feel like you have to follow what anybody else is doing. Just do what is best for you and your child.
Absolutely. And then also, like you said, too, like, there's no manual, so everybody's just winging it. You're just winging it. You're getting advice from this person, that person. There's a book about this and book about that. One of my friends, we were pregnant at the same time, and she's like, oh, read this book. Read a book about how the French people raise their child. I'm like, what? Like, it's all that stuff is great for certain people. Yeah. Yes. And all that stuff is great to take certain tips from, but it's not a one size fits all.
Right.
What might works for you will not work for my baby. What works for my baby might not work for your baby.
Yeah. And that's parenting in general.
101.
Like, there is nothing, that may be the same for one child as it is for the next child, because they're all different. They are individuals, just like we are individuals as adults, so it's just, don't stress yourselves out about trying to be a perfect parent. There is no such thing. We all are human. We're all going to make mistakes. I know. Absolutely. I have. Yes. And we're still learning. I'm learning as I go. And that's why I said now I'm in this stage of reconstruction.
Relearning how to be a mom all over again.
How to be a mom in a completely different way, because I'm learning how to be a mom to a preteen, to a almost teenager, an adolescent.
Right.
So it's totally different than being a mom to a 5-year-old. That was easy. That was fun.
That was fun.
It was
very fun.
Yes, that was definitely fun. Those were, like, for me, my favorite ages.
Right.
But, it is what it is. But don't ever feel like you have to conform to what society says you have to do as a parent.
Right.
And know your child best.
Right. And not just that, like, so many people were raised differently. People were raised different. People have different morals. People have different experiences throughout their lifetime before having a child. Right. And you want to give your children a certain amount of yourself, yourself that you've learned, your morals, your values, your experiences. You want them to learn from that too. Right. So, because as a mother, you want to try to protect them from everything, but it's not always, you can't always do it. You can give them the best advice you have.
Definitely cannot protect
and just
them from
trust
everything.
that you did everything right to the best of your ability, to the best of what you did, the best of what you had with what you knew.
Right.
And that's really That's how I go every day. You know, that's really how I live every day. Like I said,
you can't be hypercritical of yourself. I'm definitely a victim of that because, you know, like we're
hard on ourselves because we have high self-value, self-morals. We were instilled with high morals for ourselves. So of course we want to instill that in our children and we hold ourselves up to a certain standard.
Right.
And we expect people around us and our children to be close to that. It doesn't always happen, but you know, we try. Yeah. And that's all we could do is try.
Yeah, definitely don't be so hard on yourselves. That's like a huge, you know, that's up there on like my top 3 pieces of advice for mothers is give yourself some forgiveness. And, you know, accept the fact that being a parent is a learning experience and it's a journey as much as it is for the children, it is for you.
Because we're learning and growing together.
Exactly.
Every day.
Yeah. There's no right or wrong way to do it.
Absolutely. Know? And another thing that I want to say is, you know, like you said, like everything we're learning together. But you also, it is okay to seek out help. Whether it's professional help from your mom, help from your friends, whoever you need help from, get that help. I suffered from postpartum depression and, you know, it's okay. Right. It's okay. It's not, I would say, 70% of women, especially as first-time moms, suffer at some point some type of postpartum depression. For me, it was, you know, just the transition. Like you said, it was
like a shock.
It was it was just me and my husband for 10 years. It was just us.
Yeah.
10 years. We had our own place and everything. It was just us for 10 years. Then on top of that, I couldn't do the one thing that society tells you your body is supposed to be able to do without effort, which is breastfeeding. I couldn't do it.
Is there such thing as like post-childhood depression? Like, I mean, for me, because now that she's like out of her childhood, I feel like
I'm sure there is. I'm
gonna have to ask Dr. D.
Right. There probably is. It's okay to see a therapist. It's okay to talk to a therapist. It's okay to have to take medication if you have to. You know, there's different things. There's meditation is great, you know, when you can get the time. Deep breathing. At night, that's something so simple you can do almost any time of the day.
Meditation is amazing.
Seriously, you can take deep breaths, 5 deep breaths every day while you're in the shower, at night before you go to bed. When you're already laying down, you don't have to do nothing. Just take some 5 deep breaths and all the crap that happened that day, all the frustration, everything. It's released and you feel so much better. You sleep better. Listening to, you know, having a cold, dark room at night with like sounds. I sleep to the same music the baby do. The soundscapes and the waterfalls and the white noise. I be knocked out right with him. You know, when he finally goes to sleep.
I used to do that too. Like, I got to get back to doing that. Like, because I was trying to get away from having the TV put me to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so I started playing soft, like spa music and stuff and to help me go to sleep. And that made a huge difference in, you know, my energy level. When I woke up in the morning, I was just so much more energized when, you know, I got a better sleep.
Right. Yep. So. And sleep deprivation is a real thing.
And that's like, I mean, that's
so real.
Inevitable. When you're a parent, I don't care if you're a mother, father, that is just inevitable when you are a parent. And even when they get older, because like I said, like it don't get easier. You're just transitioning into different stages. So it went from, you know, you being up all night having to feed them every couple of hours or they're crying and you changing diapers to now I got to run you around all day from this activity to that activity to this friend's house to that friend's house here to that. You know, it don't. This is different stages.
True.
That's all.
It's true. That's so true. But like I said, we just always have to find a balance. You know, it takes time. It's been almost a year for me, and I finally figured out.
It's been 12. When am I going to get, when is it going to hit me? Like,
you got to learn, you got to figure it out. You just got to do that shit. Yeah. You know, you got to figure it out, figure out what works for you, what works for your family, what works for your child. And pretty much go for every day. You're still winging it, but you get a little better each day.
Try
and as long as you're growing and getting a little bit better each day, that's all that really matters. And your child is healthy, cared for, taken care of, fully loved. They're good. You're good.
Right. Absolutely. So shout out to all the incredible, strong mothers and fathers because, you know, whether or not you're a single mom or you're a single dad, or if you got a 2-parent household, either way, being a parent is the hardest job in the world, in my opinion. Like, look, there ain't nothing that I've experienced that's harder than being a mother, okay? I've been to nursing school and several jobs, careers. There's
I've
no
managed
harder
3
job.
offices at one time, and this is still harder.
No harder job.
Still hard.
So I commend, and celebrate every mother and father who makes an effort to be in their child's life and to be the best parent that they can be.
Yep.
So,
all right, Bree, you want to wrap it up?
Yeah, may as well. Like, I guess we will just do a quick toast to all the parents out there, mothers and fathers, continue to be there for your children and know, like I said, remember that it is okay. Like, this is a journey for everyone. You don't have to be perfect. No one's judging you. And even if they are, who cares? Like, it's about you and your child.
Right.
So just continue to do your best, and your child will appreciate that in the long run.
Right. And remember, the best glow up is the success of your child. Mm-hmm. Okay. So when your child is this doctor and lawyer or whatever they become in life, as long as you're there to support them and they're happy, you're happy, that's your success.
Like, I did that.
Exactly. All that hard work.
Now you can pay me back. You said doctor, lawyer. Now you can pay me back. I'm going to send you my bill. Okay. I'm going to send you an invoice.
Jazara still owes me for her baby shower. I like to just put that out there.
You got to send that to her when she's an astronaut working for NASA. Okay. You can send that to her directly.
Right.
Have your people call her people.
I got it. Yeah, send her my invoice tonight.
But yes, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to this super special episode of Real Queens Talk. We hope that you got some valuable information from it. We hope that you laughed with us. And we are so excited to continue this journey with you guys. Make sure you are following our Instagram at Real Queens Talk _official. If you're not subscribed to notifications by now, it's about that time. Make sure you subscribe. Right? Make sure you subscribe so you never miss any of our upcoming episodes and any upcoming announcements that we have. So cheers, guys. Stay tuned and stay real, queens and kings.
Yes.
Clank, clank, clank.